All right, continuing on, I'm here on a website called Merchant Words. That's merchantwords.com. The URL for this website is on the PDF handout that goes with the tutorial. The product we want to search for is a fire starter. It's a fire starter rod, but it comes under the general search term of emergency fire starter. So I'm going to try that first. Now, using the free version of Merchant Words, we have a very limited number of searches per day. So you can do 3, I say that tentatively because they keep changing it, but you can do, I think, 3 searches in any 24-hour period, and then you will be blocked and they will ask you to upgrade. But I don't advise you to upgrade because you don't need it and it's actually not worth it. Okay, so let's try emergency fire starter. I've typed it in here and I'm going to click search. Right, 103,000 monthly searches. That's the estimated search volume for the search term emergency fire starter on Amazon.com. We don't know exactly how accurate this is, but it seems to work fairly well. What we are looking for, what we would be looking for, is a volume of over 40,000 approximately. So we've got 103,000. So this is good. Now, I already knew that the search volume was going to be good because I knew that the BSR of 2057, I knew that that was a good BSR in the sports and outdoors category. So I know that people are buying emergency fire starters. They're certainly buying this one. And that's all I need to know, really. That's all we need to know. We only need to know that 1 or 2 or a few, 1 even, product of this type is doing well. Because if somebody else can do it, so can we, with the exception of the top 100 bestsellers. And this is not in the top 100 bestsellers. So I already knew or had a really good idea that this search volume was going to be good anyway. But you, as a new seller on Amazon or as somebody just going to start out your research on Amazon with no experience, you can use this website here, Merchant Words, to help you with your decision. So you can use Merchant Words just to add an extra layer to your research, so to speak. All right, so what I recommend you do now is you open up a spreadsheet and you go through the process of picking out around 10 products using the criteria that we've just gone through in this entire tutorial. So beginning at part 1 of this tutorial, you could be searching in various different categories. You don't have to stick to one category. And in fact, at this stage, I encourage you to check out different categories. And the reason for that is when you are first choosing a product, you can get this kind of mental block, and the only things you can think of are the things that you use yourself or the people around you use. And sometimes it's hard to think outside of your box. So your box meaning, what you use and the people around you use and buy. By clicking around in the different categories, by looking at the different categories, looking at the different subcategories, and then seeing all the products that are available under those subcategories, you can start to get new ideas, things that you would not otherwise have thought about. And there are thousands and tens of thousands of subcategories, and things are categorized right down into smaller subcategories and smaller subcategories here on Amazon. I mean, for example, let's just go over to home improvement. And along the left here, we can choose any of these subcategories. It says shop by store, but these are really just subcategories of the main category home improvement. So if we clicked on safety and security, and then over here on the left, we've got subcategories of safety and security. And again, we've got first aid kits in here as well. So we've got all these lockout products, padlocks, personal defense, personal protection, fire safety, emergency and survival kits. So we've got all this stuff also in home improvement, and some of this stuff was also in the camping category under survival and safety. So by clicking around in the different categories, you're going to start to get different ideas. Right, there's that first aid kit. We already looked at that first aid kit. But we also have a whole lot of other ideas here and things that we could start checking out and researching here on Amazon to find out whether or not they would fit our criteria. So if you repeat this process 10 times so that on your spreadsheet you've got 10 URLs. Now, when I originally made this tutorial, which was at the end of 2015, originally I said do it 3 times, get 3 different URLs, choose 3 different products. Now I'm saying 10. And the reason for that is because this is the part that many students get hung up on. And many students just come up against a block and they feel that they're stuck and they just can't select any products. They can't find any products. By doing this repeatedly over and over again, you are going to get practiced at it. But there's more to it than that, because if you choose 10, if you have a list of 10 on your spreadsheet, when it comes to the next section in this course, which is finding a supplier, you're going to have a lot more options. Okay? I'll see you in the next lecture.